Touch mine.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Toxic Titan Gaming, and you may notice if you've watched the other videos, my audio should sound a little bit better. I got a blue snowball finally, because I decided to invest in this, because I want to do this, so I might as well make it good. Anyways, today we are going to go over some of the basics of Hearthstone, because I realized I made a Hearthstone pack opening, but never really explained what Hearthstone is, because some people may not know, and that's okay. I'm hoping to educate you guys, at least a little bit. Now to start off, I feel like the best place to go is to maybe here. I want to show you guys the list of heroes. Actually, probably the best way to do this would be to go to my collection. If it'll open. Ah! There we go. Just had to yell at it. Sometimes that's what it takes. Click new deck. Now, I'll go over each hero and generally what their hero power is and some of the uses for it. Let's start just up at the top left. We've got our warrior. And the warrior deck is kind of interesting. There's a lot of cool cards in there that have to do with charge and other mechanics that I'll explain in some other videos. But right now I'm going to focus mostly on the heroes and their hero powers. Now, the warrior's hero power is that he can spend 2 mana. All of the hero powers are 2 mana, by the way. And mana is accrued over the amount of turns. But, for instance, the warrior, his is that he gains 2 armor. And armor is different than health because with armor, you want to stack that up on top of... it will stack up on top of your health. Like, you could have 30 health and then use your warrior power and gain 2 armor. So you technically have 32 health, but there are some special cards that use the armor in different cool ways, but I'll go over that a little bit later. The shaman card is kind of interesting. You can spend 2 mana to get a random totem. Now the totems are set, so it's not like you're getting a completely random totem. You know, like a certain list. There's one that has taunt. There's one that will heal all your minions for +1 health at the end of a turn. There is one that gives spell damage +1. There is one that is just a 1 attack 1 health minion that you can attack with the next turn. And so it's a pretty good one for getting some board presence. With a rogue, you can summon a dagger that has 1 damage that you can do and 2 durability. So you can spend 2 mana on turn 2 and deal 1 damage instantly to whatever. It can be a minion or it can be a hero. Paladin is similar to Shaman, except Paladin always summons a 1 health, 1 attack Silver Hand Recruit. And there are a lot of like cards that have been developed that will aid your Silver Hand Recruits and that kind of stuff. So it's, again, a good way to get board presence that is very, very predictable. You will always get a 1/1 Silver Hand. The Hunter, his is a bow, or it's not a bow, it's that you just shoot. You shoot the enemy hero for 2 damage. But it has to be the hero. You cannot shoot a minion with that damage. So it could be the thing that wins you the game, because your opponent may have 2 health left and you have no board, but it's your turn, and so you can shoot him with an arrow and kill him. Druid is one of my personal favorites because it's ability called Shapeshift, and it gives you one attack for that turn and one armor that stays. So, for instance, if you are fighting a little 1/1, as in like a 1 health and 1 attack, if I refer to a card that is like a 1/1 or a 3/5, I'll refer to the attack first and the health second, because that's the way it appears on a card. But if you are fighting a 1/1 that your enemy has summoned, you can hero power and then attack it, and you won't lose any health technically, because you just spend that 1 armor, because it'll hit you back. So if you hit the minion with your 1 attack that you were given for the turn, that 1 armor could be spent, but that could also save you in a pinch. And you don't have to attack if you have the attack. You can do it simply to get that 1 armor and then end your turn. I've done that before, and it's a valid tactic. Warlock is a weird ability that I don't fully understand the functions of. I'm sure there are like special cards that will aid you in using it for a good reason, but its main function is you hurt yourself for 1 or 2 health. I don't remember which one. I don't play Warlock as often, as you can tell by the fact that I haven't unlocked all the basic cards. But you deal 1 or 2 damage to yourself. I think it's 1 damage, maybe. Like I say, I don't know. And you draw a card. So it could be the thing that you just needed. Like, it could be that you deal 2 damage to yourself and then draw a card that wins you the game. You never know. Mage is the hero that you always start out with. You have to unlock all the rest of them, like this Warlock hadn't been fully unlocked yet. Mage you start out with, and you also have to go through and beat all of these heroes to be able to use them. But you start out using Mage, so this will probably be the most useful for you guys to learn about, especially if you are just now starting. The Mage is commonly referred to as a ping, just because it's a simple way of referring to the little fireball that you can shoot out. I think it's called like a fire blast or something. But it's just a little 1 damage that you can deal anywhere on either your side of the board or their side of the board. There are certain uses that you'll want to do something, deal damage to something on your side, like if it's when this minion takes damage, draw a card. I know a card like that. It's been used like that quite a bit. And it's just 1 damage, so you're not instantly killing your thing. But you can also just, like, for instance, if one of your opponent's minions just has like 1 little health left, but it's like a taunt card, so you can't get past that to attack with your minions. You can deal that 1 damage and you're good to go. Priest is a fairly simple power, but it's got a lot of use, and it gets really obnoxious. Priest's power is that you can heal 2 damage to anything. You can even do it on your opponent if you really wanted to. Where this comes into play is a lot of priest cards are when you heal something, this happens. And so that can be, like I said, really obnoxious, but in the right deck it could be really cool. Now, I will go over the general card format and how to understand the general card. So first of all, this is your mana cost. Each turn, you are given 1 mana, up to 10. And there are certain cards that can give you mana, there are certain cards that take it away. But in general, if you're playing a normal game of Hearthstone, you will start off with 1 mana on turn 1. And then in turn 10, you get your last mana. And so you kind of have to curve your expenses, I guess, mana wise, your mana costs, which is, that's actually like the technical term. It's like that you want to have like some 1 costs, then 2 costs, and 3, and then 4, and then 5. Sometimes you can get away with like having higher spikes in your curve if you've built a deck specifically around that. Your attack is down in the bottom. That's how much damage a creature will deal if it is attacked, or if you attack it, or if it attacks somebody else. Health does not regenerate on its own. If you hit a minion, like for instance, if a 1/1 ran into this, like for instance, I would refer to this as a 2/2. If a 1/1 ran into this, the 1/1 would die because of the 2 attack. But this one would not die because it has 2 health. But it would be left with 1 health. Understand? Hopefully. I really can't think of a better way to explain that as of right now. If you don't understand something, leave a comment. I'll try to answer it if I can. And then there's different card rarities. Like, for instance, this one is a common. It's the little white gem. And each rarity is given a specific colored gem. So you can tell if it's a rare or whatever. This one, since it's in the base set of the Druid, because these are the Druid cards. You can tell by the icons at the top. And also, you know, the label right there. But since this is a base card for the Druid, like you can see it says basic over here, it means that you can't craft any more of them, but you cannot also get dust for these, which means you can't like accidentally delete this card and you'll never be able to get it again. So, and they don't have rarity. You just have them. They're a basic card, and some of them are pretty good. This one is a rare card because you can see the blue gem. I'll see if I can find some of the others real quick. Here. This one is an epic because of the purple gem. Now, I don't honestly think I have any of my oh no, I do know where I have a legendary. Hang on. Legendaries are interesting because you can tell it by 2 reasons. 1, there's a little yellow gem. And 2, this dragon will be at the top. That dragon signifies that it is a legendary creature. And you can only have 1 of a legendary creature in a deck. So, for instance, if I was going to make a deck based around Tyrion Fordring, I would only be able to put the 1 in my deck because they are so powerful. And it physically won't let you put any more in. You can't. It's not like that's just a general rule that people go by. Now, I think I'll end this video here. I'll make some more on specific, like, I'll make some probably on at least specific types of creatures, on specific terms that are used in the game that will do different things like taunt or the battle cry and that kind of thing. So if you want to see more of that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe and like this video so I know that this is what you guys want to see. I'm still starting up and I'm still getting everything going. So just let me know if I'm doing it right. Simple as that. Alright. So, for now, I'm gonna go. But, have fun, play games, and take care.